All right, next up, we're going to do some text. So I want to show you two things about text. I want to show you how to create new text types, and then how to change some features of that text, like a leader type. So the reason I say that is like this one has these little dots rather than arrows. And if you want to do dots, by all means, do dots. It's up to you. I will say this, though. Generally, you use dots when you're trying to refer to a field, and you use arrows when you're trying to refer to like a surface. Does that make sense? So I would use a dot for like the insulation symbol, but I would use an arrow to point to like this, the cat. Does that make sense? Okay. Well, I should say a surface in section, right? Which shows up like it is a field still, but in the view it shows up like a line. Anyway, I'm confusing you there. Let's get back into text. Okay, so go to annotate and then go to the text function. So we have a couple that are preloaded. We have 1/4 inch and 3/32 of an inch. And let me just kind of say this. This is commentary on actually setting up architectural drawings. It used to be the standard when you would hand draw that 1/8 inch text was like the standard, because it was really difficult to write anything that was smaller than 1/8 of an inch and make it clear and legible consistently. But nowadays with like computers, it's a lot easier to read smaller text. The thing that you need to be careful about, though, is when we're doing these big like 30 by 42 sheets, we can read 3/32 text really easily when it's full size. But when you print it on an 11 by 17, it's like impossible to read. Which often happens out in the field. Not so much like on big projects because they have big plans and stuff because they need it. But like if you're just doing like an interior TI or something like that, like a room renovation in a building, oftentimes they just bring a little printer on site and that's all they need. You're right. So they might print it really small. Just giving you that as a heads up. Anyway, so I'm totally okay with 3/32 inch text in this class because we're not printing anything. But anyway, let's modify this 3/32 inch text. So let's say we've got Arial and we don't really want Arial. Okay, we want something that's going to be a little bit more, stylistically appropriate, whatever you call it. I used to work for an office that where what was it? Franklin Gothic was like their text, and they were like, all of our plans have to be done with Franklin Gothic. So we had to completely redo this. But anyway, make sure you duplicate it first. And actually, I don't know what text we're going to use yet, so let's find that first. Yeah, all right, let's do Franklin Gothic. No, you know what? Let's do, I think Gautami is what I want. If we have it. Yeah, let's use Gautami. All right, so we'll switch it to oh, sorry. This is actually still on Arial, my bad. Go to edit type, duplicate. We're going to say 3/32 inch Gautami. It's going to look really weird and funky. And just hit OK. So I'm going to click in the drawing space, and I'm just going to start writing out one of the notes that we have here in this. So let's say wood block nailer and support. There we go. It's kind of a clean text, huh? So you guys know that like text has, features that are very similar to what you've seen in AutoCAD and other programs. If you don't touch the box, it'll keep writing in a horizontal line forever. But if you do touch the box, then it becomes, you can kind of knock it down to multi-line text like that. Or you can kind of start typing into it and it will become multi-line text as you write through it. But I want to point out what you see here. So yeah, I've changed the text type, but the spacing of the text looks really funny. So go back into edit type, and we're going to change not tab size. might just be a text thing. Hang on. Okay, we're going to go back to Arial because I don't know why it's hard programmed to have such a deep spacing. And I don't think there's a way you can change that. We could look in Manage, I guess. Oh well, let's just use Arial because they pretty much look the same. So anyway, I'm just going to call this wood nailer for now. You guys can call it whatever you want. So anyway, we can go to Edit, and one of the things, so I want to point this out right here, right? So we have the leader border offset, and then we have leader arrowhead. So the leader arrowhead is kind of pre-programmed with a bunch of things. For the most part, you won't need to change any of that, right? Because you've got circles, you've got squares, you've got arrows that are like super thick or super thin, filled, not filled, whatever you want, it's pretty much there. So I think I'm just going to use a dot filled 1/16 and hit OK. And then the way that you institute an arrow is up here. So here's something that I just want to throw out there. You guys know that when you have multi-line text, like there are some standards involved, right? Actually, let me write out what this whole thing is. Wood block nailer and support. Okay, I need to do that real quick. Wood block nailer and support. Okay, so I've got this text thing, right? And I need to create a leader that goes to the drawing. You can create a straight leader or a curved leader. Like curved leader looks like this, where you just kind of pull it down into place. And yeah, you know, if you care about that stylistically, go for it. I always do a straight leader, but the thing that really infuriates me, it just grinds my gears and boils my blood, is that when you do a leader to the right-hand side, like Revit is hard-coded to default to the bottom line. And to me, that just infuriates me beyond belief. Like, it should always be to the top. I don't know where that's written anywhere. There are no laws or standards that say that. It's just visually assaulting to see it at the bottom of the text. So I can't ethically take points off for you know, putting your text with a leader at the bottom. But I will say this: I can't stand it, and please don't do it. Oh, it is such a personal thing. Yeah.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah, you'll see it all the time. I mean, some people use it and don't care, but me, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. I see it and my brain just like feels like you offended me. So anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. You can adjust your text with either one of these grips. You're kind of good to go on all that. So the gap, that 5/64 gap that it showed, was this gap right here, from the text to where the leader actually goes to. Okay. What questions do you have? Oh, also, this is supposed to be there. All right, cool. So that's text. So what I'd like you guys to do is kind of practice using some of these tools, and I'll give you an opportunity. It'll give you an opportunity to maybe even try out creating a repeating detail component. And then we're going to move into creating another detail and then moving our workflow back from detail to wall section.